Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go ahead and begin with the University of Kentucky here this afternoon. We're joined by head coach John Calipari and student athletes De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, Isaiah Briscoe, Bam Adebayo, and Derek Willis. Quick note about today's format. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach, and then questions can be asked to anybody up here at the dais. We'll release our student athletes first, and Coach will stay back, but questions can be asked to anybody right from the beginning. So we will go ahead, Coach, an opening statement.
Normally I wouldn't do this, but I want to make sure that I don't forget. I'm getting old. I do forget stuff now and then. The impact that Bam had on that game yesterday, some of you write about basketball, don't really watch it, may not have understood. UCLA came in with one thought: we're going to make this really hard on Bam. So he sacrificed. He had 5 assists. He created shots for both Dom and opened up the lane for De'Aaron Fox. He still tried to fight and rebound, never says a word. So the impact on the game that he had, unless you really understood what was going on, they made that decision and he rode with it. Now, he did walk a couple times. He should have scored a couple more baskets, but the reality of it is he played well. The other is Isaiah. When we talk on that court, when we're talking, we are really good. When we don't talk, we are really bad. And he leads us. He gets the other guys to talk. He's playing 5 positions on both offense and defense. He'll do whatever you need him to do. And at the end of the game, and when they started pressing, if you watched, he was running the press attack and put us where we needed to go. But that stuff doesn't show up in stats. But when you're coaching, you understand the importance of it. So I felt I needed to say that.
We'll start in the back row on the right.
John, you know how difficult it is to get to this point. What sense can you share with us of how special it may be here that you get to share it not only with Big Blue Nation, but also your Memphis friends in person here? It's almost, 2 for 1.
Well, Ellen and I, we had some people that couldn't be at the reception, came to a practice. Last night we had wings, and my man from Ching's Wings, Lafayette, came over to see us with. It's that stuff is great. But the reality of it is, after we did that reception and we had a couple hundred friends come and see us, it's been all about this basketball team. And it wouldn't matter where we're playing. I'm having fun because of these guys. They're just, I just appreciate the fact that they're fighting and doing it together and sharing. And, De'Aaron had it going, and they all accepted it. We played games where Malik has had it going. We've had games where the guy controlling the game has been Isaiah. No one says a word. We've had games every once in a while, about every 10 games, they throw it to you, Bam. Would you say? If he doesn't travel. But this has been a fun ride. Now, I'll say it again. We don't know what to expect. I want these kids to go out there and have a ball. But we're the youngest team out of 68 teams in this thing. We were the youngest team. One of the veteran teams is North Carolina, and they are outstanding. I watched it. I watched tape from last night through this morning, and woo, they're good. Guard play, big. Jackson had 40 on us last time we played. They're good.
Second row left of the aisle.
Daryl Bird with the Cat's Paws in Lexington. For John and the players, I wonder if you could speak to having 3 SEC teams in the Elite 8 and what it is you like specifically about South Carolina and Florida.
What do you guys?
Both of those teams are great. I didn't really play against South Carolina, but Florida was great. They beat us down there pretty good, and getting a chance at them again. You just saw that, the SEC, everyone wants to talk down on it and things like that, but right now it's one guaranteed team is going to be in the Final Four just because those two are playing against each other, but I want to say it's going to be 2 in there.
I don't know about that. He didn't say that.
Yeah, he did.
We'll go here about the middle on the right.
Hey, Coach. Jeff Gravely, WRL-TV in Raleigh, North Carolina. Even though Kentucky and Carolina have only played 3 times in the NCAA tournament, when you guys met in December, is this something that you had hoped would happen, anticipated that it would happen?
No. When I I haven't watched much of their games because I get focused on my team, but I turned on something, and Joel Berry made 5 threes in a row. I don't remember what game it was. It was like, oh, my gosh. And I'm watching them play, and I'm thinking, please don't put them in our bracket. And there they are in our bracket. Probably someone heard me think that and said, oh, if that's what he doesn't want, that's where they're going in that bracket. But, you know, you don't do it for that. Somebody said, does playing somebody help? Well, it probably helps both of us in preparation. We know we've done it once, but the reality of it is that game was so long ago. I don't think Pinson played. I think the guard was hurt. I think Joel was hurt. You know, when I watch the tape, it's like, oh, my gosh. Both teams are better, let me say that.
2 questions on the left, 2 on the right. We'll start here, standing up.
Patrick Wright, WFMY in Greensboro. This is for Coach and the young guys, the freshmen. You guys are pretty young compared to UNC. I want to know what you think the impact experience will have on tomorrow's game.
Go ahead, Malik.
I don't think we're freshmen anymore. You can't use that term anymore because it's in the tournament now. Nobody look at that. But I mean, they're a veteran team, so we played them before. But I mean, we just got to prepare and listen to coach and just focus in on defense.
Anyone else for that one?
Isaiah, go ahead.
They said for
You're our veteran. You're our sophomore veteran.
Well, since the beginning of the year, I think these guys came in and they were playing like, you know, older guys with experience, and throughout the season, they've only been getting better. You know, they caught up with the speed and, you know, the physicality play in college. And, yeah, so these guys, you know, they're experienced. And like I said, those tight games, down the end of the games, you know, they came up big for us when we needed them. So, I mean, their experience, just like North Carolina's experience, and I just think it'll be a good game tomorrow.
3rd row middle, Tim.
Tim Sullivan, Louisville Courier-Journal for BAM. You heard your coach go out of his way to praise your effort last night. I wonder how you react to that, and do you feel as if your contributions tend to get overlooked or underappreciated?
I don't pay no mind. You know, I just go out there and just have fun with my teammates. If I'm not scoring and they scoring, you know, I'm not going to say nothing because as long as we win, it doesn't matter.
He's done one time in the game, he came up to me and he said, Coach, you may want to tell him to throw me the ball every once in a while. And he smiled, and I just bust out laughing. I can't remember what game it was.
Tennessee.
What was it, Tennessee?
Tennessee.
And he and I, everybody, what were you laughing about? Because he never says anything like that. But these kids are all comfortable in their skin. They're comfortable with who they are as people and as players. So they're not competing for someone else's minutes, shots, you know, and every one of them have sacrificed. They could have gone somewhere else and shot 30 balls a game, and they're here sharing.
Front row, far right.
This is for John and De'Aaron. I think you're chasing your 3rd Final Four in 4 years. Obviously, you've had a lot of success with younger players. Why do you think there's so many critics of the one-and-done culture?
What? Say it again?
Why do you think there have been so many critics of the one-and-done culture?
Well, you know, I think probably throughout my career, I've been disruptive. Like, every once in a while I speak my mind and walk into different leagues and jobs and have to build and go and have to disrupt. With this, it's disrupting. It's not the norm. It's not what it's supposed to be. It's not. But if you care about these kids, and you really care, it's more about them than anything else. And I come back to this. If they chose not to play, we don't have a tournament. This tournament is about them. It's not about me as a coach. It's not about you as the media. It's not about the fan. It's about these kids. I think that what we were able to do, and it was not by design, I'm not that smart, but we had 5 guys leave, John Wall and the boys, DeMarcus, and, 5 guys, first round, and all of a sudden it's like, what just happened? And you know what? Miss Veronica, Devin Booker's mom, hit me last night, and we went back and forth, and she even mentioned, I think Devin being your 6th man helped him, and it's driving him. He was a 6th man. He scored 70. He scored 70, and he wasn't even a starter here because he accepted that you have to do this together. I would hope people look at this team and say, how are these kids sharing? How do they play this hard? How do they have this much poise when people like try to rough them up and try to do, create stuff and, and they don't respond? I mean, how is that? Because they're good kids. They come from good families. They know, they're driven, they're wired that way, and they're unselfish.
And for me, I'm not worried about that. We're still playing basketball, so I'm not thinking about leaving. If things go as planned, we still have 3 games left, so that's not on my mind right now.
You better play well. That's all I'm saying with what this stuff you're saying.
Third row
Cal,
on the right.
with the
Stop. He's done talking. The rest of you start answering questions.
Cal, with the exception of these last couple minutes, De'Aaron kind of always says the right thing. He's very polished. It doesn't open up a lot to us. Can you speak a little bit about what kind of person you have in this point guard?
He is. When he's excited, he's chatty Cathy. He talks like he just did. But you have all these kids up here. How much have you heard from Derek? Like, Derek's not saying a whole lot, but if you talk to Malik, he's going to give you, or Bam, they'll give you 3-word answers. But we were walking down the hallway, and you can't believe how they're talking amongst each other and laughing and joking, and they're all over Bam, and Bam's all over them. I mean, for me to be behind it, seeing it, that's what this is about. They're going to remember this experience together when this is over. And that's why you want them to just, all of them have success. You want them all. I'm so happy for Dom and Michael and Isaac. I mean, the way they're playing. You want them to leave this situation or this experience and take it with them. And it's, man, we did this together. Man, we learned to share. We talk about servant leadership in this program. It means you're more about your teammate than yourself. That's what it means. And we try to teach that and we try to live that. And these kids have done that.
Third row on the left here.
John, you played Carolina in the 2011 East Region Final in Newark. Do you see any similarities at all between that game and this one?
They were really good then, too. And Brandon Knight got on a roll and was playing and dragged the team, but so was Terrence Jones, Deron Lamb. I mean, that team, Darius Miller, Josh Harrelson, I mean, DeAndre Liggins, I mean, what I've just said to you, a bunch of those guys were professional too. So we had a good team. We were a little bit overlooked because we were so young. At that time, being young really affected you. They'd say, well, they can't be that good, they're young. People tried to use that in 2012 until we started playing games, and it didn't. But back then, Carolina, if I remember right, they had some really talented guys, and it was an exciting game.
We have a few more minutes with our student athletes. We'll go on the aisle, back row on the right.
John Wong, NOLA Media. This is for Bam, Malik, and De'Aaron. Coach said that he would want to avoid seeing Carolina in the bracket, but this time last year when all of you signed on to play for the University of Kentucky, isn't this exactly the kind of game that you would want to play in?
Bam.
He can't answer anymore. Fox can't answer anymore.
We was we all committed. It's just we was grateful to get accepted to Kentucky, but looking forward, we just want to play basketball. It's not about who we play. We just wanted to play basketball.
Every game for Kentucky is gonna be big. I think so. That's the biggest key why we came here.
I was told not to answer anymore.
He's not
He
answering.
can't answer. I told you that.
He's done.
Excited.
He cannot answer.
Back row middle on the left.
Nancy Armour, USA Today Sports. John, I know you haven't watched a lot of North Carolina, but what is
I have this morning.
Okay.
And late last night. So I've seen about 5 of their games, plus our game with them.
what's the difference then that you've seen between Jackson, between when you played them in December and what you're seeing from him now?
He's the same. He's still scoring the same way. He makes open threes if you don't play him. He curls in the lane and scores. He isolates and he gets to the rim. He had 40 on us. I mean, and then I'm watching like maybe it was just that game, and I'm watching all these other games. No, it wasn't just that game. He can get you a bunch of different ways. He's a tough matchup for any team.
We've got 2 questions lined up, and we'll probably dismiss our student athletes then on the left here.
For John and Isaiah, looking back to last year for Isaiah and early this year, Could you also imagine where Dominic is at this point, and how vital is he to success going forward?
I wouldn't have, but Dom, he deserves it. He's a great kid. I look up to Dom. I'm always going to him for advice, and especially when I first got here. But like I said, he waited his turn. He put the work in. Dom's a great kid. He deserves everything coming his way, and I'm excited for him. He's probably quiet to y'all, but when he's around us, he's laughing, joking, and it's just funny because he's so quiet. But yeah, I just hope he keep playing with that confidence. He's sparking us off the bench, and like I said, he deserves everything coming his way.
Third row on the right in the middle.
If we could do an all five guys and Cal to this one, the game you played in December against North Carolina, one of the best games of the college basketball season for each of you. What was your lasting memory of that day in Las Vegas?
Let's start with Derek on the end, and we'll just work our way back.
What was it? I'm over here zoned out. I ain't got a question this whole time. So I was just paying attention.
Your lasting memory of that first game in Las Vegas against North Carolina, one of the great games of the season so far.
Lasting memory, just a dogfight, really. I mean, a high-scoring game. It might have been up in the high 90s, 100 maybe, I think. So just came down to the end of things. Malik hit a big shot for us, and that's all it was. So game will probably be a little different this time around, but we'll be prepared, and coaches do a real well job with that, and we're excited to play.
Just last memory, just all of us just having fun. We was just out there talking, having fun. Malik was making shots, Fox was getting layups, and we was just all just having fun and just sticking together.
Yeah, I just remember that shot Malik hit, and I seen Coach yelling at him, telling him to drive, and
shot it anyway.
He shot it, and every time that I watch that little clip or whatever, I always tell Malik, like, yo, what if you missed that? Like, just what if? And my heart would start beating real fast and everything like that. But other than that, just us going out there having fun. Everybody thought we were going to lose because they were veterans and we were the younger team. And, we just came out, fought, played together, and just played Kentucky basketball. And, we came out with the win.
Fox still can't answer, but I just remember Bam fouling out in like 6 minutes. 6 minutes left in the game, he wanted to foul out. So
he left us hanging.
He left us hanging. That's all I remember.
Did we win?
Yeah, we won.
All right, then.
We're passing Fox. All I remember is they scored 100 on us. That's what I remember.
Okay, anything else for our student athletes here today? Student athlete question? Okay, this will be our last one here on the right, far right.
Kira, like a rallying company. This is for Little Washington. How does it feel to play a team from home tomorrow? Well, I'm sure you already played it, but on a bigger stage. How does that,
I'm just gonna go out there and just play basketball and just have fun. That's all I can say.
That's his favorite phrase.
He said that after every question. He's gonna say that.
I'm gonna go play basketball and have fun.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Obviously, you're not excited that I have to still be here, but that's fine.
Okay, we'll go ahead, continue with Coach. We'll start up here, Teresa in the front, and then we'll stay on the left here, work our way back.
Teresa Walker, Associated Press. John, Mike White last night kind of said late, 4 seconds left, he's kind of glad he didn't have a timeout to stop, Chio's, running the court and hitting the shot to win the game. The question, why do coaches maybe feel the need to try to set up that play late in the game, and what's your personal philosophy?
Well, I'd let it go and watch and then be ready to scream timeout if it looks ugly. But I want them to just play on, and that's what we practice. So I'm not one. I like to go home with timeouts, 3. I like the players to work through their issues. Unless we're going to lose, then I'll call a timeout to change something. Sometimes I'm calling a timeout because we just look winded. But I think if you're going to be a good team and you're playing for March, which is what we always do, you're using the season to learn. It's not game to game. And if there are issues that are happening that you must stop them every time, I don't know how they grow. I think they've got to work through some of the stuff themselves. In a late game like that, I'll give you an example why I don't like calling it. Okay, maybe you have a 30-second timeout. So you call a timeout, and your guys are walking over. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, guys, now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to run this play, and this is what it is. Okay, you got it? Coach, what if they go zone? Oh, yeah. If they go zone, we're going to run this, all right, and here's how we're going to do this. All right, how are we getting it in if they're – oh, we're going to go on this – let's go. Just give it to Jim and go get one. Why put the game back in his hands, the other coach? I will never call a timeout if the other coach doesn't have one, because I'm not going to do him a favor. And just count that you've done enough in practice. They know the kind of shot you're looking for. They know the situation. Then you don't have to. But if I look up, I can remember when I had Edgar Padilla and Carmelo Travieso, and I wasn't going to call a timeout, and the first ball was almost stolen. The second ball was almost stolen. I think it was at Xavier, and I called a timeout. Timeout, because we're going to throw it away. But that's 20 years ago. More than 20 years ago. Oh, my gosh, 30 years ago.
We'll send it over to the right, Myron, and then back to Rick and Nancy.
John, you obviously had a lot of success with freshman stars who went on to the NBA. A lot of coaches around the country have gone with freshman talent and have not succeeded. Why hasn't the model been duplicated successfully, do you think, in recent years?
Well, I'm not the only one coaching young guys that are having success, but I think part of the thing for us is that, we're not making outlandish promises. If you talk to any of the kids that we've recruited, they'll all tell you he never promises you'll start or how many minutes you're going to play or how many shots you're going to get. What we commit to is you will be a better player. You'll have the best chance to reach your dreams. And if it's ego, minute shots, you're the face of we're going to put your name in the rack, then go somewhere else. You can't come here. If you want to shoot 30 balls a game, even Devin Booker was told this. Now, Devin hit me today and said, could you imagine if you'd have let me shoot like you do Malik? What I'd have been doing. He hit me with that this morning. And I told him, I don't know how to tell you what I told him. But they all know they're going to share. And a kid like Malik, both Malik and De'Aaron took, their coaches will tell you, between 35 and 40 shots a game. Both of them. Whether it was Briscoe, whether it was Derek, all these guys. And they have to share. And they know it coming here. And the kids that we have coming in for the next year, they know it. Going to be a great defensive team. We're going to share. We're all going to grow. We're going to be the best version of ourselves. I try to tell you that it's not about numbers. It's about you as a player and as a person and as a teammate.
Rick, down here in the front.
Rick Boats, WDRB in Louisville. I know that you're involved in getting your team ready, but I know you're also friends with the Millers. Archie Miller was named the coach at Indiana. What kind of coach did they get in him?
If I were hiring a coach, I would hire Archie. And I say that because, one, we all grew up with his father. Like his father coached all of us. Sean, all of us that came through there. And he's a basketball, that's what he does. He's a basketball guy. Not afraid. He's got a fight in him, and he's got a will, and the kids love playing for him. I think he'll do a great job there. I mean, it's not an easy job. None of these jobs are easy, but that's not an easy job either. And you have to walk in there wanting that challenge. It's kind of like wanting Kentucky. You got to, if you don't want this, all that goes along with it, don't come here. And it's the same with Indiana. You got to want that, and he did, obviously, or he wouldn't have taken that job.
Back row left, Nancy, then we're over here on the right.
John, this is kind of following up on what Myron asked you, but do you have like a system or something during the season on how you get the freshmen acclimated to, because you can't expect them to do what they're doing now back in November or December?
It's called I age very fast, and if you every day that you sit at your desk, you got to keep telling yourself it's a process. It's a process, and you cannot skip steps. If it's trying, the reason we had a chance to win every game in 15, 14 and 15 was because guys stayed that we didn't expect to stay. Now we had a full roster of 9, 10 guys. That's why we were able to do what we did. Veterans with these young guys, reality of it is you can't play in December, November like it's March, because it's just not possible. It's going to be a process, and you got to really trust your kids, and the only way you can trust them is they trust you. That you got to be about them and their success and their growth more than anything else. If not, they're not trusting you. They're going to look at you and say, this guy's about the program, look at the banners, this is the program. The kids say, yeah, how about me and my family? It's about, and with us, we talk about family. And it's, you know, I get it. I mean, I grew up like a lot of these kids, and I get it. I get their parents. They were like my parents. I get it. And I don't take it lightly that I have an opportunity with I want to call them geniuses, because they're a genius with what they've been given. Most of it God-given, but they've been given something that's going to have them, like the other 30 kids in the league that I've had, that be able to do things for themselves and their families and their communities and get involved. I don't take that lightly. Now, we still want to win every game. He doesn't care about winning. He only cares about getting guys to the NBA. Really? You can, if you pin that on me, I'll probably say, fine, you could say that a lot. But it's not the case, because we got to convince these kids, if they're really to achieve and learn what it means to be successful, you must win, which means you must share, and you must be servant leaders, and you must be great teammates. If you can't do that, you really didn't get what we teach here. And, you know, I've been blessed. I mean, I've had, how many parents have said, and almost in tears, I'm giving you my child. This is our opportunity for our family. And, you know, it's just this stuff that we do. I mean, and people, why do you always go to the green room? It's graduation day. Do you go to your child's graduation, or you say, I can't go there because they'll see me there? What? This is their graduation. I'm going to be there. And I'm going to be at the table, and I'm going to hug them, and I'm going to laugh with them. And their parents get to breathe for the first time. They get to breathe. And I see it, and I'm there.
Back row on the right on the aisle.
John, you had Bam and Isaac in there in the game.
You call him Isaac. I call him Isaac, but that's fine.
Okay.
He likes Isaac,
You
so
had
I
him
call him Isaac.
in the game at the same time. We haven't seen that often this year. What was your thought process in putting that lineup in?
I wanted to see how they would play together, and I also looked at their lineup. They have two bigs, and I felt that he could play those kids. Now, if they have a 6'7" 4-man, unless I put Bam on the 4, you know, or a very active 5-man, I maybe wouldn't have done it. But he played well. And this is another game. Maybe we can play two bigs in this game.
Right in front of him on the right.
Kate Carlton, South Boston News Record. Both Kentucky and North Carolina, both the two winningest teams in the NCAA tournament. Have you ever played in a regional game of this magnitude?
Let me just say this. Every regional game that I've played in is this magnitude because you get a chance to keep playing. I don't know how many I've coached in. How many? 11. And they're all of that magnitude. And I can just tell you that when I look back on some of them, and just great memories of a team, and it's just funny, though, after we win, I go in the locker room, there's no, like, it's what's next. Like, they're not, like, doing backflips. They're just, what's next? And that's kind of being at Kentucky.
Standing up in the back left corner.
Josh McKinney, WYMT, and Hazard. Is there a specific moment or game that you realized that this team got, or it clicked with them, that what you were wanting them to do defensively?
Well, when we rebooted, that's what it was all about. It was about that, and it was about ball movement. And we just said, we're going back to these two things and we're going to get better at them. And they bought in. I mean, they want to win. They want to be told, look, you know, the structure we have, the discipline we have within the program, kids will complain about discipline and complain way more about lack of discipline, lack of structure. And in this program, these kids, they come here, tell me what I have to do. Tell me I'm here because I want to be coached. Get on me. Like people, how do you get on these kids? They want to be challenged. They want to be pushed. They don't want to just come and do what they want to do. And so, you know, that being the case, I would say it was probably about 3-4 weeks after we did that, you could see that, we're going in the right path.
John in the front here.
John Lewis from WDRB in Louisville. What has Derek Willis meant to this program, not just in the last 4 years, but in this run so far in this last 14 wins here?
Well, the best thing for me, and again, people will say, well, you know, everybody's one and done. They're not all one and done. We've had 14 players graduate in 7 years. 3 will graduate from this team. So we'll have 17 players graduate. Derek Willis, Dom, and Michael Mulder will have college degrees. There are kids that I get a chance to see for 4 years and see them grow, and they just, it's a feeling that you're like, wow. They go from young men to men. They go from unsure of themselves to sure of who they are or where they want to go. You know, Dom and Derek have meant so much to the program because, again, they came and said, we know we're going to have to sit for a while. We just want our opportunity. And I told them every year, you play as though you're going to start, and we'll see where this goes. And they both had their opportunities, and they're loving it. Our fans, I mean, they're going to be in the state of Kentucky. You look at kids that are going to be born in the next year, many Doms and Dereks will be named. Many, because of those two.
I see 3 if we have time here. We'll go on the left first.
Cal, the university announced your 2-year extension the other day. Any particular reason you wanted to do that now before the season?
Well, they approached me about it, and it was fine. I mean, there was not like a negotiation stuff. We'd like to do this. We're doing this with other coaches. What do you think? I said, yeah, if you want to extend, I'm not going to say no. I mean, that's fine. But there was no, like, negotiation.
Back row on the left on the aisle.
John, I think it's been about 10 years since Carolina had a one-and-done kind of player. Do you find in recruiting that their two programs are going after a sort of different profile of kid? You know, do you think it's by design based on how they recruit, or what might be behind that?
You'd have to ask the coach that. But what I do is designed from Coach Smith. When Coach Smith was at North Carolina during the season, he said it's all about the team. The minute this season ends, it's going to be all about each individual player and what's best for them. That's what Coach Smith did, and that's what I do. Now, if he were coaching now, would he do what I'm doing? I bet you he would. Maybe not as many, but he used to recruit. He was so far ahead of his time for the 12th, 11th, 10th position. He recruited specifically with what he wanted those players to look like. He was so far ahead of this game and the coaching profession and how he dealt with the program that we still are all learning from him.
Second row right on the aisle.
Mark Bradley from the Atlanta Journal and Constitution. How important, John, was the 2012 example of sharing the ball, your championship team, to the teams that have come after that and the players that come after that?
There were two things with that team. One, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist took the 5th most shots, and Anthony Davis took the 4th most shots. Carl Towns took the 5th most shots on his team. Both, they're doing okay. But the second thing was that I'm able to tell them it doesn't matter. If you can play and you can do this, it happens. At our program, points and that stuff doesn't matter for where you're going to be drafted and your success. But the other thing for all of us, winning the national title took off all the negative stuff. And then when another program did it, it became non-existent. So now we can worry about the kids instead of worrying about what everybody's saying. Well, what does it mean, or how? We're coaching kids and we're working within the rules that we have, and this is what we do. Some do it one way, some do it another. If you were talking, I would tell you you'd have to talk to other coaches to find out their take on it, but that team helped us recruit, no question.
Last question here on the left.
Cal, you talked last week about graduate transfers hurting mid-majors. Can you just walk me through your evolution on that topic since you took Julius Mays, and does that mean you won't be taking graduate transfers in the future?
Well, the Julius Mays thing, and when I talk about it, I'll bring up Julius, that he really wanted to come to Kentucky. And I'm happy that we took him because he is one of the greatest kids I've ever coached, and he gave us a veteran guard. But at the end of the day, anyone that has a board with all the graduate transfers on it, like who can we get from here, think about it. Those are players who are playing for a mid-major program that has invested in them, and they have a year to go, and it's that coach and that program's time. If that kid wants to leave, just make him sit out. You can leave and just sit out. By playing right away, I don't think it's good for the kids. Many of them leave the school, don't even tell the coach. They text them and say, I'm gone. What? How about teaching them to be a man? If you want to sit down with the coach and say, I'm thinking about doing this, what do you think? Well, let's talk through this. You have coaches now that are holding kids back academically so they can't graduate. Is that what we want? I mean, it's real simple. It's awful for mid-major coaches, for programs, and I don't think it's good for the kids. I really don't. I mean, if they had to sit out and they wanted to go to another program, I'd say that's fine. But to play right away and have all of us trying to figure out who it is, you know, it's not. I don't feel good about that. And again, the Julius thing at the time, it was just starting. I don't regret doing it, but obviously we haven't done it since.
Coach, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. We will continue with North Carolina coach and student athletes in about 10 minutes. Thanks, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, the North Carolina group is on their way coming from practice, and so we'll get started here momentarily. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now joined by the University of North Carolina head coach Roy Williams and student athletes Justin Jackson, Isaiah Hicks, Theo Pinson, Joel Berry, and Kennedy Meeks. Slight change from what we just did a minute ago. We'll do an opening statement from Coach, and then questions only for the student athletes to start, and then we'll go back to Coach at the end after they're dismissed. So questions for the student athletes first, and then we'll go into Coach. And as always, please raise your hand. We'll pass the microphones and state your name and affiliation and ask your question. And Coach, we'll go ahead and get started with an opening statement, please.
Okay, the same thing everybody else says. We're ecstatic. We're still here having press conferences. Couldn't be thinking of anything I'd rather be doing right now. But we've already had a little practice, and now we get a chance to relax a little bit. This press conference will be very quick. Everyone I have this evening will be very quick. At 5 o'clock, I'm walking the ducks from Peabody's lobby back up to the top, and so my butt's getting out of here. But it's great to be here. How's that for an opening statement?
That's good. We'll go to questions for our student athletes right now. Back row on the aisle on the right.
John Huang, NOLA Media. This is for Joel and Justin. Everybody says that at this time of the year, guard play is just so important. You're going up against two pretty good guards in Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox. When you signed up to play basketball for the University of North Carolina, isn't that exactly the kind of game that you all were hoping to play in?
Yeah, I mean, we came to North Carolina to be in these type of games, to play against the top players in the country. And, you know, I don't think it could be on any better stage. Obviously, we played them already once, and Malik went crazy. But, you know, it's a different team, different time of the year. I think we've gotten better, they've gotten better. So we got to pay attention to our scout and know personnel, but then we just got to come out and play as hard as possible.
Yeah, I think what Justin said, you know, that's what we come to college basketball for, and it doesn't get any better than this, you know. You know, we lost to them early in the season, so it's kind of, you know, another revenge game for us, and, you know, we just don't want, you know, to give the game that Malik had. We want to be able to stay on him and not let him get 47 on us again. So that's the biggest thing. And then, but anyway, regardless of that, I mean, it's the type of games we want to be in. So
we'll go third row on the left here. Tim.
Tim Sullivan, Louisville Courier-Journal for Kennedy and Joel, I think. Bam Adebayo fouled out in the first game, played 19 minutes. How did that game change when he left, and how have you seen his game evolve in the intervening months?
Well, I'm pretty sure that I found out before he did, so I mean, you can figure that out. But that's our main goal, is to definitely get their bigs in foul trouble. I think they're limited in that position. I feel like Bam is definitely a great player, and we want to get him out the game as much as possible.
Joel?
Yeah, he's a force, you know, on the block end. When he catches it low, I mean, it's kind of hard. It's hard to stop him. And so we can get him in foul trouble, attack him, and, you know, even if he's not in foul trouble, just get him up and down the court and make him run. I think that'll make his legs a little tired. But at the end of the day, if we can get him in foul trouble, get him out of there, you know, on the offensive end for us, we can attack the basket without having a shot blocker down low. And then when they're on offense, you know, they don't have that force to be able to either get it down to them or throw those alleys that they like to throw. So.
I see three here. We'll go right, left, and then back to the right.
Brett Freelander, North State Journal. This is for anyone who wants to answer other than Theo.
Can I have that deal?
Yeah. Since Theo didn't play in the first game when you saw them, how much of a difference can his presence in the lineup make? And then, Theo, after they get done, what do you think you can add that wasn't there in the first game?
I'll go first. I think we talked about this a couple times. Maybe if Theo was playing, Malik only has 30 points, and we still win the game. And that's just the type of effect that he has. And even though all of us get tired sometimes, I think he's definitely one of the best defenders. And I think he does a great job of coming in the game and giving us a lift. Yesterday he did a great job defending, but me and him could have did a better job rebounding. So next, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. He gives us a presence, you know, just being a lone defender. Sometimes, you know, I think Kenny played Malik majority of the game. You know, he doesn't have as much length as Theo, so I think, you know, length can affect him. And then, I mean, just Theo with his game of, you know, just facilitating, you know, that can help us on the offensive end. But just overall, just having that length on the defensive end on one of their guys that, you know, that got hot, I think that would have made a difference. So.
Isaiah, Justin, anything to add? Okay. Theo?
I don't think there was much that was going to stop him that night. I mean, he was unbelievable. But I think it just comes to the point of just giving them different looks. We had a lot. Our rotation was Kenny and Nate that we put on the most of the game. He's jumping over them, shooting right over them a little bit, but they did as much as they could to at least be there as much as they could to affect them. But I think just my length, I just try to bother him a little bit, not try to do anything more or anything less, just try to make it tough for him every time he gets the ball.
Second row on the left here.
John Clay, Lexington Herald leader. For Justin, can you talk about your relationship with De'Aaron Fox, and have you been surprised at all by what he's done, especially in this tournament?
I mean, yeah, we played on the same AAU team. I guess my last AAU season, he was a freshman. And, you know, I always knew, even from the first time that he came in and tried out for our team, well, I guess not really tried out, but first practice that we had with him, that he was going to be good. I didn't know that he was going to have this type of impact right away. But, I mean, the way he's been playing, I mean, he had 39 last night. You know, he's gotten better and better as the season has gone on. So, I mean, it's great for him, but we have to key in and try to slow him down as much as possible. He's fast, he's explosive, and when he gets going, the rest of the team gets going. So, you know, him and the rest of the guards, we really have to try to stop and try to at least slow them down. I mean, they're going to hit tough shots, they're going to make great plays, but we have to try to slow them down as much as possible.
Question on the right in the back row. Over your other shoulder. Nope, right there. Yep.
Zach Brazilla, New York Post. For Joel and Theo, you guys have waited a long time to get back to this point. You've obviously been heavily motivated from the way last season ended. How much of an edge is that against over a team that, you know, his best players have never really experienced the heartbreak you guys have been through?
Yeah, I mean, you can look at experience and, you know, what we've been through. You know, we want to get back to the Final Four, but they're a great team, and even though they haven't, you know, been to this spot before, you know, they're still coming out there, you know, playing like it's just a regular season game. And I know there's a lot of pressure on the game because you lose, you go home, but they're still a great team, and they're playing some great basketball right now. So we just have to realize our ultimate goal and what we want to do, and then we just got to be ready to play tomorrow and just realize that tomorrow's the important game, and we'll worry about the Final Four and that stuff later on. So,
yeah, just like Joel said, just taking one game at a time. We understand what we're trying to do, get back to the Final Four, have another chance at the national title game, but we got to take care of tomorrow's game first. Those guys, they're young, but they're still hungry. They want to be there too, so it's going to be an all-out dogfight.
Two questions on the right in the second row.
For me, Kiera Luck of Raleigh & Company. What are you guys doing to have fun? I know a lot of people keep asking you about the game and, you know, making it like super tough. How are you enjoying the moment, just enjoying being in the Elite Eight and enjoying the presence of being with your team? Because some of you are seniors, so how are you enjoying this moment right now?
I think we have fun with each other regardless. I think on the court and practice, we enjoy each other. Off the court, we go to each other's rooms in the hotel, laugh, play the video games, and try to enjoy the moment, especially for me, Isaiah, Nate, Still McCandler. It's our last go-around, so we want to make it a good one. Coaches prepared us a great deal, and got to have as much fun as we can, but at the same time, we still got to think about the games and take it one step at a time.
Like I said, I know I told the guys before the tournament started, the coach does a great job of just letting us be ourselves. And I think that's what drives us throughout this tournament. We love each other so much, and we want to play for each other, and we don't want this journey to end. So it makes us play even harder during the games and not want this journey to end and keep going so we can still be together and have all those fun moments and have spend more time together.
If I can interject something here, we've scrimmaged Memphis here in the fall. And so we came down, and that time we had even more time to relax a little bit, and we went to the Martin Luther King Museum and did some things there that was more of the educational, fun kind of thing. And these guys can have fun in a phone booth, so I don't worry too much about them.
Right about the same spot.
Liz Bloom, Charlotte Observer for Isaiah and Kennedy. Being that you guys played in that national championship game, what has been for individually, your biggest motivating factor to get back to this point and then to continue to succeed going forward through tomorrow night?
You know, it's not just us, you know, just all of us on the team. You know, that was our ultimate goal last year, you know, is to win the championship. You know, we was 4 seconds away from that. And, you know, just to see your dream taken away right in front of you, you know, that's all the motivation you need. You know, of course, nobody likes to lose, but, you know, that one, you know, when you're right there, you know, all it is, you know, we just need that second chance.
Isaiah, that's a great answer. Kind of surprised me a little bit.
I thought he'd go to sleep. That's it. Quote it. Thanks for asking Isaiah a question. He's about to fall asleep.
But no, I think the main thing for the seniors has been thinking about this is our last chance at it. We have a great group of underclassmen, juniors, and a great coaching staff that stands behind us each day in practice, during the games, off the court. And for us to be in a position that we're in now, with the Elite Eight, a chance to play against a great team and have a chance to win the game, you couldn't ask for more. I think that me and Isaiah for sure have worked tremendously hard to prepare ourselves for this season, and it's put us in a great position, and we couldn't do it without our teammates.
Right-hand side, second row on the aisle.
For any of you guys who want to answer this, even Theo, how strange was it seeing, or how awkward was it to see Chris Jenkins behind your bench yesterday, and how strange was it to have him rooting for you?
I don't think it was awkward at all, just because he's a great dude and he's one of our friends. I mean, I guess you could say, and he's Nate's brother, of course. So you can't really avoid him, I guess you could say. He just so happened to hit a big-time shot against us last year. And, of course, you can dislike him at the moment for it, but at the same time, you got to kind of move forward. And we got a chance to play for a championship this year, though, so we're looking forward to it.
Anybody else, anything to add? Okay. Staying on the right, still in the second row.
Liz Bloom, Charlotte Observer again. Theo and Joel, and I guess anybody who else wants to answer. Earlier in the summer, you guys did like the pull-ups, the like Instagram little pull-up videos with Chris Jenkins, and kind of after it was something that you guys just did, and it was funny. So what have been some of the unique, funny things you guys have done, maybe just between you guys since?
I'm glad I have no idea what you're talking about.
Theo, Joel.
I don't think we've really done anything. I just think it's us just still dancing like we always do. And I think the other day was the first time me doing something. I think I did the Get Out challenge.
Oh yeah.
And so that was like the only thing I've done this year. But other than that, I mean, I really haven't done anything. So
that was probably the last thing we did, the pull-up thing. And other than that, we ain't came up with nothing else. We're going to start thinking about it now.
Everything else that came out was pretty lame, so I had no interest.
Got, okay, back row on the right.
Zach Brazil, New York Post for Kenny, Isaiah, or Justin. They're one of the few teams to actually out-rebound you this year. What challenges do they present on the interior, and is it different to be facing a team that actually can hold its own on the glass against you guys?
Justin, you want to take that first?
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing is their guards rebound extremely well as well. You know, most teams, they send 2 or 3 guys back because they know that we like to get out in transition. For them, they send, you know, those 2 or 3 guys to the offensive glass. And so, you know, for that, it's huge for the bigs to rebound. But the guards have to box out and rebound and find a guy every single time because they're going. I mean, I know Isaiah Briscoe, he's one of their best rebounders, you know, at the 2 spot. Malik will get in there. Fox, he's athletic. So, their guards do a great job as well as getting to the offensive glass.
And, it's just like Justin said, it's all about, all 5 of them rebounding. Usually, teams do get back on us, but, they, attack the glass just like we do. That, kind of caught us off guard, even though the coaches warned us, but it's us as players got to get in there and box out, and stop them.
Oh, I would definitely say offensive rebound is our game. I think that's something that we take pride in, and I feel like for them to out-rebound us, we should be disappointed in that because we should do a great job of that every game. And like Coach says all the time, when their shot goes up, we got to do our best job to try to box their guys out. And even on our offensive end, we got to try to get around the box outs. So I think we have to do a tremendous job of that this game in order for us to come out with the victory.
We got time for one, maybe two more. I see one in back row on the right.
Jim Trusby, Wall Street Journal. To any of the players, when Joel hurt his ankle, Coach made a reference that he wished he was Mr. Miyagi and could clap his hands together and kind of make Joel's ankle better. Are there references that the coach make? That obviously that's from a movie before any of you guys were born. Are there references the coach makes that sometimes go over your head, sort of like social media with Coach?
Yes.
Instances.
Yes, there's a lot of them that we just say yes, sir, and move on, even though we might not know what's going on. But I guess that's just kind of the different times.
He's not of our day and age.
He's not of our day and age.
He always say,
this
well,
generation is
soft.
That's a little inside joke. I tell them all the time, I am not of your generation. And I like that. None of these guys have ever been in a phone booth. They just probably.
So, Coach, what do you try to do to bridge the gap, to try to, relate to your players and such?
He don't try to. If you know it, you know it. You don't, figure it out. Yeah, look it up.
I can tell them to look it up. They can't tell me to look it up because I don't know what the crap they're talking about. I'm going to use my phone to call somebody, and they call me. I don't use it for any of the other. You're talking about Instagram. I have no idea what you're talking about. So it is a generational gap there, but we have one thing in common, is that we're all willing to sacrifice for a common goal. And I love situations trying to get kids to make those sacrifices, and we all love to win. And I think that I try to give them a passion, and they have a passion for winning and trying to be better players themselves. Is that enough for the players?
Yes, we will go ahead and dismiss our student athletes. Thank you, gentlemen.
I don't want them telling all my secrets up here.
Thank you, guys. All right. Let's see. We'll start over here in the middle on the right, and then we'll bounce over to the left, and we'll keep it moving that way. Go ahead on the right.
Jeff Gravely, WRL in Raleigh. When you guys met in December, did you hope to have another opportunity to play them again? And how have the two teams kind of changed since then?
Well, Jeff, it's a good question. You do, if somebody beats you, you won't have a chance to play them again. It doesn't mean you're going to beat them the next time, but you do have that. And because we're not in the same league, we knew that if we played them again, that it would have to be in the NCAA tournament, so you would hope it as far down the line as you possibly could. But De'Aaron Fox, after the game last night, said one big difference in their team is that they were so much better defensively than they were when we played before. As that game, we shoot 53%, they shoot 54%. It was 103 to 100, and so we've got to get a lot better defensively. I think we're better in some ways and sometimes, but I think they really have improved there. And with the freshmen, with De'Aaron and Bam and Malik, those guys have gotten more used to what college basketball is all about.
Front row on the left here.
Right. Michael Lepresti, NCAA.com. Two-part question. You've mentioned before how the way last year ended drove these guys through the off-season, maybe. Does it drive them even now? And second of all, family's important to Nate, so it's important that Chris is here. But going back to what was asked of the players, is it unusual to look over and see the guy who was responsible for tearing your heart out last year to be there?
Well, I answered the second part first. They told me after the game that he was there, so I didn't even know he was there until then. But what was really ironic is a couple of weeks, and I'm not sure, I don't think it's much more than a couple of weeks after the season was over last year, one of the assistants came in and said, Chris was there, wanted to know if he could play pickup with our guys that afternoon. Now, that was a little unusual. I said, no. Tell him that I'm sending a hit man down to take care of him. But he played pickup with our guys that afternoon. I was in their home and saw Chris play tons of times in high school, and and told Nate Britt Sr. that we're in a situation we have some scholarship questions and what we're going to do, but if Chris did not sign in the fall, that I would be interested in talking to him in the spring, because I've always liked an undersized four-man, which is what I thought he was at that time. And as far as the first part of the question, the motivation, I think it did make those guys work harder in the offseason. Right now, to be honest with you, it's brought up more by you guys than it is our guys or even the coaching staff. I asked them one time, I said, what's the most fun you've ever had in basketball? And they said last year. And I think that's the motivation as opposed to just that we got beat.
Front row on the right and then two on the left.
Luke D. Cockrelling is an observer. Typically, and right up until the NCAA tournament, the post and going inside is such a big part of your offense. It just feels like this has been a very perimeter-oriented NCAA tournament for you guys. Does that surprise you, and is there other things you can do to get Isaiah and Kennedy more involved other than offensive rebounds?
I got on last night in the game because we took like 5 outside shots in a row at one time and didn't make any of them. I've always said if you take 2 threes in a row and you miss, then the next one should be get the ball inside the lane at one point. If it comes back out, that's fine. But no, we still want to attack it inside. We haven't been as successful, but the flow of the game changes. In the Texas Southern game, Justin made 5 out of 6 threes in the first half. I wanted him to shoot 25 of them, at that percentage. But no, we're still trying to establish something inside. Even last night, I thought in the first half we did a better job of it, focusing on it. In the second half, I think we did it because it wasn't working outside. But if you remember, 7th made the pass to Isaiah on the roll, and he scores. We throw it to Kennedy inside. He scores. Justin drove to the basket and scored. Dished it off to somebody, and they scored. So we still try to get it in there. But the flow of the game and how they're shooting the ball a lot of times dictates that as well.
Stay on the left for 2 over here.
Nancy Armour, USA Today. Roy, when did you see a difference in Justin Jackson? Was it, in the offseason over the summer, or was there a point during this season that he really kind of came into his own?
Nancy, we spent quite a bit of time talking last spring after the season's over, after the combine, on what he needed to do. And I would just check with him during the course of the summer. How's it going? What are you doing? But then when we got to July, we practiced once a week for an hour and a half, 4 straight weeks. And I thought I saw a different Justin then, because it was pretty easy because the ball kept going in as opposed to rimming out and, that kind of thing. But then when preseason practice started, or pre-conference, before we started playing games, we had schedules changed so much. We started like the first week in October 3rd. And those first 3 or 4 weeks, it was just so much more confident player. And I think that carried over right into the start of the season.
Tim
Sullivan, Louisville Courier-Journal. Coach, 2 questions, if you'll indulge me. First, how do you evaluate the relative strength of conferences, and do you think the NCAA tournament is a fair barometer? And second, back on the point you made earlier about the progress of some of the Kentucky players, what kinds of mistakes are they not making now that maybe you saw in December?
The barometer for your conferences, it depends on what you like. All the ACC fans last year, they thought the NCAA tournament was the best barometer because we were the best. Now we're not. The ACC fans are not saying too much about that. So I think it depends on who you like. I don't think there is any one. I'll use your terminology, one barometer that you can measure that by. I thought we had a fantastic league this year, extremely competitive, top to bottom, just fantastic is all I can come up with. But we didn't play nearly as well in the first weekend in the NCAA tournament as we did last year. Again, I don't think there is one way. It just depends on who you want to cheer for. You pick what you want. The Kentucky players, I think that De'Aaron is still in the attack mode, but I think he's more deliberate. I haven't studied the stats for the second 15, the last 15 games a year as opposed to the first 15, but it looks to me like his shooting percentage is going up. Bam is more selective about his shots. I think they're going to Bam more throughout the course of down the stretch in the tournament, the SEC tournament and this tournament, wanting him to be more of a force. They're getting him more touches in the lane. Malik is, he set the world on fire against us. That's as good an exhibition as I've ever had in 29 years as a head coach. And I've had some guys that lit us up quite a bit. I was dumb enough a week before the game to say, So-and-so got 43, but we won the game. So-and-so got 45, but we won the game. So-and-so got 46, but we won the game. Dumbest daggum thing I've ever said, because he got 47, we didn't win the game. But I think all of them have just improved. Probably John would be able, I know John would be able to answer it better, but he would probably say more about the defensive end of the floor. But I think their shot selection and taking care of the ball is also better.
Pat on the right.
Roy, when I talked to you in October, you had lost Marcus Page and Bryce Johnson, really good players, but you sounded very optimistic about what your upperclassmen were developing into. You talked just about their development this year and then about the continuity of that within your program over the years of having those veteran guys that just keep getting better.
Well, you know, Pat, it was because we lost Marcus Page, who was our defensive player of the year for 4 years. Plus was really daggum good on the offensive end, was our leader on the offensive end too. And Bryce Johnson, who, even though I thought about strangling him about 4,000 times, each 1,000, he got better and better and better. And last year he was phenomenal. So those two guys left. But I did feel good about Joel and Justin and Theo and Kennedy and Isaiah and Nate. And they've really stepped up their game, particularly Justin and Joel, probably more than anybody. So I think that those guys, the leadership that they've shown, the experience that they have has really been good. And over the course of our time, I've never been against kids to come in and leave after 1 year, 2 years. You know, I think I probably even told you this. Everybody acts like it. I put handcuffs on them. But we really have, since my first year at Kansas, had more people leave early to the NBA than anybody except Kentucky. More than Duke, more than Louisville, more than anybody except Kentucky since we started. But they do get there and sort of enjoy it, you know, sort of like it. And so those guys like a Bryce Johnson, who was not a McDonald's All-American, but got better and better and better, sticks around. And some of the other guys see that improvement, maybe that maybe they like that. But I would love to have a great mix. I'd love to have one or two of those one-and-dones, and then I'd like to have some other guys like a Marcus Page or Bryce Johnson, because if you have both of those, I think you've got an unbelievable blend that I would like to have. Maybe I shouldn't say that you would like to have, but that I would like to have. And but we do want our guys to get better every year, and when guys have been through it a lot, they can really help out those young guys by, you know, I go crazy at times, and they can say, just relax, just listen to what he says, not how he says it or something like that. But the older guys handle it a lot better.
Right-hand side on the aisle.
Kate Carlton, South Boston News Record. And you're talking about the one and done. Is there a difference in maybe how you recruit, having the veteran-laden teams that you have, as opposed to a guy like Coach Calipari, who has the one and done players year in, year out?
Yeah, there's a difference. He got them and I didn't. You know, I recruit the same guys. You know, I recruited Bam for a long time. I just thought he was great. I went in to see Malik. De'Aaron, we tried to recruit him early, but didn't think we were getting there. You know, Jason Tatum, I recruited Jason Tatum for 3 years as hard as I could. So that's the only difference, is they got him and we didn't. So you got to try to figure out a way to compete with them and go from there.
Tim, here we go on the left.
And Tim, before I answer your question, you know, you said that about Bam fouling out. Two guys up here, Isaiah Hicks played 15 minutes in that game and fouled out, and Kennedy played 20 and fouled out, but it's not saying anything about the referees. We're just both teams going up and down the court. There's a lot of opportunities to foul. I mean, it really was.
My question is on a different subject. Regarding the one and done, if you had to choose between players going directly from high school to the NBA or being required to spend a second year on campus, which would be better?
You know, that's one and I usually don't do this. I'm pretty straightforward, but I sort of sit on the fence. There's no perfect rule. I don't think we can say LeBron James made a bad decision, but I can also give you some guys that did make a bad decision, so there's no perfect rule. I think those guys, I think it's better for the majority of the kids to go to college for a year. They're more mature. The NBA can make better decisions. It's better for the kids, but it's also better for the NBA. They don't screw it up as much. And so if it's a second year, it'd probably be the same thing. But still, some guys, I'll just use LeBron as an example. LeBron didn't need it. And he did pretty doggone well the way it went with him. But, you know, I like to coach kids, you know, and I like some stability in the program. That's the reason I always say I'd like to have a mix. What John does is just phenomenal to me. You know, I have to change 4 or 5, 6, 7 guys every year is just phenomenal. What he does is really special there, and I'm not trying to suck up or anything. I really believe that. For me, that would be harder because I like that relationship and watching guys grow and do some of those things. But I'd like to have a mix of them is what I'd really like to have.
Teresa, down here in the front on the left.
Teresa Walker, Associated Press. When you have a player that likes to take the last shot, to be in that situation, what does it take? What does the player have to have, or what are you looking for to know that that's the guy you can trust with the ball in his hands, like last night with Florida getting the game-winning shot?
Yeah. You know, you really don't know. I had Rex Walters that played for us at Kansas 2 years, played in the NBA, coached at San Francisco last year, is coaching in the NBDL. He wanted to take that last shot because he knew he was going to make it, and most of the time he did. I've had guys like Marcus Page who just had that inner willpower that he could just, the moment was never too big for him. And I love having those guys, but I'm also dumb enough. I was coaching in high school, and my buddies were out, and that time I could say we actually sprinted at that time. He said if you had to pick one guy to take the free throw at the end of the game to win the game, who would you pick? And I told him which guy. And that night, the guy got fouled, a two-shot foul, and we were down one. He missed both of them, so I've stopped talking about those things. But it's the guy I would have picked. But those kids that they're not afraid of the moment, and they really just rise to the occasion, all those cliches you want to use. But Marcus was never afraid. And Marcus, everybody talks about the last shot in the our last shot in the national championship game. It's the most unbelievable shot I've ever seen. But when you go back and you see the offensive rebound that he got in amongst all the trees a couple of possessions before, and he put that one back in, that was even more amazing. But Marcus was never afraid of the moment. He trusted himself, and a lot of those other teammates trusted him a great deal too.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone. And I have a note here that looks like the media room tonight will be closing at 8:30, so about a little over 4 hours, media room closing at 8:30, and we will see everyone again tomorrow.